I might reach you. But my words, like silent raindrops, fell and echoed in the wells of silence. And the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made. And the sign flashed out its warning in the words that it was forming. The sign said the words of the prophets are written on the subway walls, in tenement halls, and whispered in the sound of silence.
For life itself. Listen to this poem and see what comes to your mind. Let me linger. It may be a product of getting older, but sometimes I want to stop time. I want to make the sunsets last just a little longer. I want the quiet mornings to go on and on, the laughter at the dinner table to stretch into a whole evening, the beauty of the clouds as they race across the valley to never end. It's not that I want to freeze reality, just slow it down. I want life to move as slowly as I do. For I've learned that life moves far too fast as it is. It is a joy that endures but briefly, made of moments that pass as quickly as hummingbirds. Let me linger in the love I feel. Let me see the light for as long as I can. What do you think? What are you thankful for? Who's going to share? Right down here. Connie, down front. Go for it.
Really?
For the people online.
It's lovely. If you ever want to join me, just walk away from me. But the battlefield is big, and we go all over, and it's perfect for getting more time when you need it. As you get older, thank you so much for reminding us. Yes.
You're welcome. Yes.
I'm a great proponent of gratitude. Every morning, practically every morning, I go out on my deck and I have these beautiful trees and I go, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you, winter, spring, summer, and fall. And it just makes me feel as if I'm alive and part of the world. All of us have ways of dealing with, doldrums, and I think being thankful is a huge plus, morning and night.
Absolutely. Right down here.
So there was a vacation that Adrian and I took to Jamaica one time with a couple of friends of ours, and we did nothing. Everybody's like, did you do this? Did you do that? No, nope, nope. I wish there was one particular day we're sitting on the beach and we're just there and the waves are just lapping and I'm just sitting next to her and I'm just like, just keep going, just keep going. Forever and ever, and so that's one of my most precious memories.
Yeah, yeah.
For my family and my acquired family, and you guys are my acquired family.
Here, here. What else? What else in life are you thankful for? Here we go.
I'm thankful for poetry, poetry in all languages. But if not for, whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not mind me standing here watching his woods fill up with snow.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Somebody over here? Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm thankful for bocce ball. There's so much fun and laughter and community and food, and it's a wonderful communion time.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
I'm thankful for my dog, who has become my family and who seems to know intuitively when I need him. And there's nothing like that wet nose to reassure me when I'm blue and tired.
Yeah.
So I'm thankful for all God's creatures, but especially for my dog.
Here, here.
When I first met my husband, I moved from the Pacific Northwest down to Houston, and it was such a culture shock. And I didn't know that if I was going to survive in Houston because I couldn't go outside, I couldn't do all the things. It was too hot. It was horrible.
Yeah.
And I would lay at night, and our water dripped. We were in this tiny little apartment, and I would lay at night, and I would hear the water dripping, and I would think, okay, you have to start with gratitude. I'm thankful for indoor plumbing. And that's where I started every night. Before, I'd call my mom crying, and she'd put me back together, and I'd lay in bed next to my husband, and I would start there. I'm thankful for indoor plumbing. I'm thankful for hot water. I'm thankful for hot cups of tea. And inevitably, I would just start there and keep listing all the beautiful things that I have in my life.
Yeah.
And inevitably, I would come back to, I'm thankful for this man who's at my side.
Yeah.
And for my family. And 20 years later, I still do that. On bad nights, I still start there, and I'm still thankful.
Yeah. Nice. Well said.
I'm thankful for bluebirds. I saw 6 bluebirds at my bird feeder this morning in my bird bath. And just seeing birds in our lives, what would we do without them? It's just a joy.
Agreed. And trees, yes. Of course, trees. Yep. You going right here?
Hello. I'm grateful for my dad, who taught me to grow it, can it, and you can eat it all year long.
Okay. Yes.
I'm thankful for my new remote job that gives me the extra minutes in the morning to cook the kids breakfast and drive them to school, because I realize that next summer we have to start looking at colleges.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm grateful for my 2 daughters. Kelly comes to my rescue quite a bit when I'm having trouble with the computer, and she lives in Ashland. But the one that is the real story is my oldest daughter, who lives in Chattanooga now. And when she was a baby, about 4 to 6 months old, her mother and I had a very rough separation, and my wife disappeared with my daughter, and I didn't know where they went for quite a while, but I finally found out they were in South Carolina. I tried to keep up with her, but there was no way that I could do that, because her mother was, and my lawyer actually told me not to, because I could be painted as a rather bad person by her mother. So when my daughter was 19, she got very curious about who really was her father, and went through a few things, and she finally ended up contacting me. And I was spending my weekends on my boat out in the Potomac Creek, talking with a friend of mine who was an attorney, and we were scheming up ways to find her. But then she finally found me, and now I think she was 19 then, and then when she was 29, I had kept in touch with her, and when she was 29, we really started to gel with a really good relationship, and I have a much better relationship with her than her mother has with her. And I talk to her probably once a week, or maybe once every 2 weeks on the telephone, and we do quite a bit of texting, as I do with my youngest daughter, Kelly.
Yeah, good, good. Quite a story, yeah. One more? Was there somebody over here?
Okay, we'll go
Oh, right behind you there, sir. Right behind you.
Oh, I'm thankful for my dog, books,
Yes.
music, and wine.
All right. Not necessarily in that order.
Mind is never right unless it is at peace within itself. I am thankful for the community that we would be able to have inner peace and reach out no matter which team we are belong to, know that we all belong to each other.
Yes.
True wisdom being accomplished through suffering. This bird right now flying, looking for a branch of the tree to land on, feeling homeless sometime. But we are hopefully not going to be soulless. Let's support each other and keep our soul up and wish for peace.
Yeah, nice. All right, I invite you to sit back and enjoy Maddie now.
how appropriate to be discussing thankfulness for magic. Thank you for the magic of Madison. Before I read the poem, I'd like to share a personal perspective on being thankful for magic. I strive to live a stoic life, rationality, personal discipline, doing the right thing. And I also believe we need balance, yin and yang. We need awe, mystery, magic. So when in our sorry. Anyway, magic, yes. Hush up. Calling emergency services because I fell. I did not fall. No. Jeez. Magic. Anyway, so I also believe we need yin and yang, awe, mystery, and magic. So when in our travels we ran across a beautiful woodland walk reported to be the home of many fairies, I had to go. And I learned something. If you can't see that, it says, "Those who don't believe in magic will never find it." It was a beautiful woodland walk. So listen to this poem and see what comes to mind. What I saw as a child. When I was a child, I thought of the world around me as a magical place with small spirits darting through my grandmother's garden like fireflies at night. Unseen voices whispering stories from the branches of the old cottonwood tree, and angels flying over the house to chase the billowing storm clouds away. All of these images and 1,000 more filled the spirit world in which I lived. But now I am older, so I have come to understand reality. And what I understand is this: I was absolutely right about what I saw as a child, because I still see it now. I still live in a spirit world. I hope you do too. So did some magic come to mind? We'll have the mics. Excellent. However you define magic. Okay, poetry man.
What I believe is real magic is the movies Totoro, the Japanese movie Totoro. There's that has kind of like magic. It's such a beautiful little movie. For if you know Totoro, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Nice. One over here.
When I was about 15 years old, I had a super crisis in my life. And I got a chain letter. The only chain letter I've ever gotten in my life.
Ooh.
And this chain letter had a little prayer in it, and it told me just to repeat this prayer, make 5 copies and pass the chain letter on. And I did. And it just seemed like absolute magic to me. I've never gotten another chain letter since, and I still repeat this prayer.
Lovely. Thank you. So a couple years ago, I had the hardest year of my life, and it started with magic, actually. As an Indigenous person, I watch for animal signs all the time, and I was coming back from Culpeper, and there was this hill, and I thought I saw a mountain lion on it, and I grabbed my husband's arm, and I'm like, somebody's up there on that hill. And he's like, what are you talking about? I was like, I think it's a mountain lion. He's like, babe, there aren't mountain lions. This is like farm country. We're not going to find a mountain lion out here. I'm like, no, I swear it's a mountain lion on the top of that hill, and she's hunting. I can see her tail like straight out. And so by that time we had passed the hill, and I made my husband turn around and go back. And we went back, and I hopped out of the car, and I was like, come on, come on. He's like, I'm not coming. If it's a mountain lion, I'm not going up there. you know. And so I walked up, and thankfully the field access gate was open, and I was walking towards it, and I could see where I thought I saw the mountain lion crouching, and she wasn't there. And all of a sudden, this coyote came running behind me, and he turned around and looked at me, and he had the biggest shit-eating grin on his face that I have ever seen. And he was just, he gave me this smile, and he kept on running. And I knew that it was that coyote I had seen, and that for me, that is big medicine, right? Like mountain lion is all about will, it's all about personal power, and coyote is all about tricks and magic and turning things around in a fun and interesting way that you can't believe. And that was how my year started. And it was the worst year of my life. But I held on to that magic and those signs and that mountain lion and that coyote. And at the end of the year, I was up in Montana, and I had stopped at a trading post, and they had coyote teeth there. And I bought some because I felt like that coyote had bit me. You know, like he got me so good. And I laughed. I laughed out loud and laughed all the way back after I saw him. I knew that he was just so happy that he had got me. And I saw it. I got it. And I went out into bear country. My husband was so mad because I went out by myself, and I'm out in bear country. And I took that coyote teeth, and I put my blood on them, and I buried it in the earth, and I said, okay, coyote, you got me, but I'm done. I need you to let me go because I don't think I'm gonna make it if this year doesn't end. And he let me go, and I survived that year, and things have turned around, and I'm so grateful for that magic that came into my life.
It's lovely, thank you. Others? Yes?
Sometimes it can be big stuff like that, and sometimes there's magic in the mundane. That person at work that is really great at making coffee, that person that somehow has blankets that make it all better, even if it's not. Having mundane things seem special is also important, and being able to look for that can give some hope.
Mm-hmm. Great, thank you. Another one? Just here.
Okay. Oh, no, yeah. Yeah, for me, it's just the miracle of the everyday, just to piggyback on what he said.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I was working at Arizona State University, and I was parked in employee parking lot, upper level. And I was going down the stairs. There were no elevators. And I caught the tip of my heel on the metal plate. And I started going down head first down this metal concrete staircase, scareder than all daylights. And suddenly I felt a hand, I swear it was a hand, pull me up. And I was standing straight. I turned around to thank that, what I thought was a person attached to that hand, and there wasn't anyone there. And I found out many years, well, not many years, but I found out later that the garage had been built on a very sacred place in Arizona. So I think I experienced some of the magic of that place.
Lovely, thank you. Maybe
Best story.
one more? Yeah, great. One more? Yeah, thanks.
My two boys being born, and then
yeah.
seeing them survive and live through
yeah.
that.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you. Thank you.
I've got an Arizona story myself. My wife was working at a college in Phoenix, Arizona, and was just turning 40, never been married, angry because she'd never been married. And here it is, it's almost Christmas time, it's Thanksgiving time, this time of year, and it snowed in Phoenix, Arizona. And so she went outside, like everybody in Phoenix when it snows, you go outside and you look, because you can't believe it, and she goes, God, if you can make it snow in Phoenix, you can bring me a husband. Well, wouldn't you know it, that week I moved to Phoenix, Arizona. I was in a restaurant and I was looking at the snow, couldn't believe it either, and there we were. So that was my magic. Here we go. Would you join us standing? Let's sing together.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we're good.
When you're down and troubled and you need some love and care, and nothing is going right. Close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call, and I'll be there. You've got a friend. If the sky above you should turn dark and full of clouds, and that old north wind begins to blow, keep your head together and call my name out loud. Soon I'll be knocking up at your door. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call, and I'll be there, yeah. You've got a friend. You've got a friend.
Thank you. You can be seated. Last but certainly not least, thankful for our family here at the UUFF. Listen to this poem and see what comes to mind. My strength is in my faith. I will not waver in my truth, that whatever may come, in the end, the spirit of goodness and mercy will be waiting for me on the other side. My strength is in my faith. I will not be resigned to the idea that a pale approximation of freedom is all that we can hope for, but insist that justice alone is our future as a diverse family. My strength is in my faith. I will not surrender to any illness, even those that may take my life, but continue to believe our tomorrow is eternal. My strength is in my faith. I will not bend my knee to despair, but love and love always. Even if the stars should desert the sky and the earth hide her beauty from the sun, still I will love and love always, until my love is so much a part of my life that I can no longer tell where one ends and the other begins. What are you thankful for here at the UUFF? How important is the UUF in your journey? Who wants to share? This is our last segment. Who'd like to share?
Coming to the UUFF has meant everything to me. Being what I believe to be a sort of an outliner in society. I mean, other people feel like there's degrees with the bell-shaped curve, but I feel here that I am truly accepted for who I am, my ideas, what I espouse, and it's okay to be me. And I think that's very important. That's important for me. That's why I'm here.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, Dell?
Hello. I am thankful for the music program and for the opportunities it has given me to sing.
Yeah. Okay, down here.
I'm coming to you.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm actually thankful for the RE program and being able to work with these really cool kids and
Yes.
teenagers.
Yes.
Because they're awesome.
Yes.
You guys rock.
And while we're saying that, let me just say thank you to Mandolin. Mandolin, as you know, has turned in her resignation. She's getting busy in her other job. So we're very thankful for her. On the 15th, we're going to have a special cake and reception for her after the service to thank her for her little over a year of service, about a year and a half of service. She's done an excellent job. Yeah. And starting December 1st, Jackie White will be our new Director of Lifespan Religious Education. And so we're thankful for her. We'll get her up and running here just as quick as we can. But yes, I'm also very, very grateful for our RE program. Yeah. Over here. Oops, somewhere over here. Yeah.
I'm also thankful for the RE program. We joined the UUFF 18 years ago, before we had our children, and the RE program in all its different forms through the years has really helped us and met our needs, and just been a great resource for us.
Wonderful. Yeah, agreed.
We found this place in 1986 when our son was asking about death. We thought that we had it covered with Parenthood because we could talk to him about sex, but we couldn't talk to him about death. And we came here, and you all never did tell us what to tell him about death. But you've done so much for our family. You've bolstered us in times of need. You've taught me to be a leader. And whenever I'm disappointed in the world, which I am right now, I can come back here. I'm never disappointed in you.
Yeah, our family, the Calendars, joined about the same time as Kit and Randy and their family. But it's been a long journey. It's complex. I can't just say, oh, it's the music program and the RE program. It's just been a very complex journey, but we have learned so much. We have it has given support for us through the good times and the bad times. And if I had thought previously about it, I'd be able to say more, but it's just been a journey.
A couple more? Yep.
I am thankful to be here at the UU. When we came here 3 years ago, Thanksgiving, our son said, "You've got to come to my church. This is the best place ever." And he was right, because everybody is just, it is unity. Yeah. This church is unity. And I'm so glad that Eddie came here and we got here too. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, I'm thankful for David's either Sunday school class or book discussion. I'm not sure which it is. But anyway, last year and this year, because it brought me back to the fellowship. Thank you.
I'm so glad you came. Yeah. All right, we're going to close the way we started, singing that new song called Give Thanks. So I'm going to let you stay seated since we just stood up just a moment. But let's do that, and then we'll have our announcements, and then we'll talk about the luncheon. So let's sing together. Give thanks. One more.
Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks for another day. Give thanks because we're given brand new time to play. Give thanks with an open hand. Give thanks with an open mind. Give thanks because we're given brand new time to find. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich, because of all the love within our hearts. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich, because of all the love within our hearts. Give thanks. Give thanks. Give thanks.
Tell us about UU 101. Who would have guessed that? Who would have guessed? All right, we had a wonderful at your service auction on last Saturday, a week ago Saturday, raised somewhere almost $13,000 so far, so congrats to you. So let me just remind you to turn in your payments. We can accept a credit card. I've got a credit card machine in my office, or you can turn in a check. Just make sure you put at your service in the memo of your check if you do it that way, so that we know how to apply that payment. The offering this morning will be in the basket at the back as you're up and about. If you have an offering, if you would like to continue to support our ministry, I encourage you to do that, to give generously. And last but not least, I think Adrian is going to come and tell us about how to do this meal thing.
All right. Good morning, and thank you all for being here, and we hope you're all planning to stay for the potluck. First off, the Friendship Committee, thank you to the Friendship Committee for planning and organizing today's feast. And thank all of you in advance for staying to help clean up afterwards. Don't eat and run. Okay. We do appreciate your help if you can offer it. So what we would like to do, we see there's some people who were sitting in chairs that weren't at a table. So if we could actually have everybody kind of fill in towards the front, if you have an empty seat between you, we would like to make room for everybody at a table. So if you see any empty spots around you, please fill them in. Okay. Also, we're going to do this a little differently this year than we have in the past. Want to keep it a little bit more orderly and organized, and also want to remind everybody that we have a lot of people here that are probably pretty hungry, so please be mindful of your portion sizes for your first pass through the buffet. And then if there are seconds, you can please help yourself. So we have a variety of food in both rooms, along the wall here, and also in the boardroom, and desserts are out in the foyer. So what we would like to do first is have anybody who needs physical assistance or our most senior guests to go first. Oh, I actually do have one announcement about an allergy. If anybody has prepared like a casserole that appears to be vegetarian in nature but might have some meat products in it, if you could please label that on your dish. We do have some sticky notes on the tables for you to do so because we want to make sure that everybody stays healthy. Okay, so if we can have our people who need a little bit of extra assistance, if you want to raise your hand, somebody can come help you. And also our more senior guests who may need a little bit more time, we would like for you to go first. And then after that, we will actually be going by table. So I will kind of direct that as we're going so that everybody is able to get where they need to be with some elbow room.
They always do.
All right, if the first table wants to start in the boardroom on this side, so where Nan is, this table over here, if you want to go ahead and